Hello, welcome to Serona Tarot. This is a kind of an unusual reading I'm doing. I don't usually do love general readings for the collective, but as it's February and the month of love, I decided to do a love reading for my singles and relationships out there. So, if you've not done this before, welcome to my channel. It's an interactive pick a card reading. So you choose whichever card you're most drawn to. Group number 1, group number 2, group number 3. Whatever card you choose, go to the description box below and press on your timestamp to get your message. Now I did do a whole hour and a half reading on this yesterday, but I found that the messages were a bit too usually my intention is about healing, and I found that my messages were a bit too much geared towards that. Now healing ultimately is love, but I realized it probably wasn't the kind of messages that you'd want to hear if you're single looking for love. So in that case, I've decided to redo this, posing 3 very specific questions. 1, what is the likelihood that you will find love this year? 2, what needs to happen to bring love into your life? And 3, any messages from spirit or guidance. Okay, so before we begin, just a couple of things to bear in mind. These are general readings, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Genders are non-specific, so we talk about divine masculine, divine feminine energies. Okay, if you do like this reading, fantastic. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, anything you like. And I do also offer personal readings, so details of that are also in the description box below. So I've cleansed the space, and we normally do a 20-second sound bowl just to tune in with the energies and to help you to choose whichever card you're most drawn to. So beginning now. Alrighty, so we will put these to the side. Group number 1, those who chose this quite intense image over here. I'll allow you to have a look at it for a while just to see if anything grabs your attention. It's an intuitive card. Okay, so immediately I'm seeing a lot of kind of root chakra, sacral chakra energy, a lot of kind of that space, the base chakra, where an element of insecurity lies with regards to not feeling particularly safe within yourself. Okay, now it is trying to break through. If you can imagine, if you can see that quite clearly, it's trying to kind of break through this sheath. Break through, and as it breaks through, we're picking up on the yellow there, which is that solar plexus energy, that motivation. So there is that motivation to break through this sense and this feeling of feeling unstable, insecure, and I don't mean that in a horrible way at all. I just mean that there might be elements that are you are breaking through that, and it almost looks like a Chinese, like a characterized face there with the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, like a wise someone who is wise. Right. So let us ask a question. Okay, totally different way I'm doing this. So let us ask. My first question is, okay. My first question is, for group number 1, what is the likelihood that my group number 1 will find love, romantic love this year? What is the likelihood that group number 1 will find romantic love this year? We will get an overall major arcana to get the flavor. What is the likelihood that group number 1 will find love? Love popped up, but I just want gone card. love this year. Thank you. The Emperor. Ooh la la. This is the masculine divinity. That real authority, strategy, moving forward. Usually as a yes or no answer, this is like a maybe. But this talks about kind of having strategy. This could also talk about if you're looking for that masculine partner. Okay. And I don't mean that as in just a man. It could, those masculine qualities of having authority and power, and also someone you can depend on. Again, we've got this root chakra, this kind of sense of kind of feeling, trying to break through of areas in your life that you have been feeling insecure. And the Emperor brings that security. The Emperor brings that authority. Okay, so it isn't maybe for now, but let's carry on. Let's carry on. So it might mean that you need to take some strategic approaches to bring in love. Or maybe that's the kind of the thing that you're striving for in a relationship. A sense of structure, security, lifestyle, companionship. Let us pose the question again. To clarify the Emperor, what is the likelihood that my group number 1 singles will find love this year? Can we clarify this, Emperor? What is the likelihood? Thank you. Ooh, we've got the Sun. Yes, abundance. This is this is the most powerful card in the deck, okay? It is also a major arcana. So with the Sun and the Emperor, it's showing that yes, things are going to be illuminated for you. You're going to start to see your own power, your own divinity, and as you see that, you can bring in more love. This is looking very positive for you. What else do we have? Okay, what's the likelihood group number 1 are going to find love this year? My singles, so group number 1, that breaking through the boundaries and the perhaps low self-esteem. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we have, we have 10 of Wands, okay, which is a difficulty, taking that last burden, reaching forward. The Hierophant, this is about growth, this is about traditions, institutions, organizations, sometimes also it could relate to marriage. But 9 of Swords as well, okay, so we've got a little bit of anxiety there, sleepless nights. Right. Okay. The answer is here. The likelihood that you will find love this year, group number 1, is very promising, okay? The reason I say that is because the Emperor is a strong masculine divine energy of knowing how to make things happen. The Sun is extremely powerful, okay, illuminating, shedding light, where things are happy, in abundance and free flowing. And the Hierophant is also a very strong card. The thing is that the reason why the Emperor is usually like typically would be a maybe card is because this is what needs to happen. There is still some and it's like, I don't want to say self-sabotage, but it feels like you're coming to the end of a great learning curve and things have been very, very difficult with regards to how you hold yourself in this world. And normally I would pick up different things with this card, but for this I'm feeling like because he's weighed down with all those wands on his back, there's like this sense of having this huge burden on your shoulders, and it's like you need to finish one aspect before you need to close the door on something from the past, right? And it's like putting the last little things to rest before you can sort of move on. But what I'm really sensing with this is the fact that because of the weight and the burdens that he is holding, he is unable to stand straight and confident in its own power. Okay, he's got that last little trek to do. And then with the 9 is a sleepless night, maybe feeling lonely, feeling anxious. There's been the mind is overworking over here. Now, if you look closely, there is an owl, okay, in the corner. And the owl represents wisdom and foresight and seeing things clearly. But she's not aware of the owl, so she's not aware that there is clarity coming to mind, but I feel like there's been like a bit of an overriding an analytical kind of view on this concept of love. And so, but the beautiful thing here, right, is while these things are the things that could prevent you from finding love this year, this is a 10 and this is a 9. 10s are endings and beginnings at the same time, because 1 plus 0 equals 1, so represents a beginning, okay? You're completing one phase so that you're able to start the next. And 9s are all about endings, okay? So if you're able to end this cycle of over-analyzing, you can bring love into your life, okay? It might require as well some sort of spiritual exploration as well. But ultimately, I feel like if this was a maybe, because emperors are maybe cards, this is your breaking through. It depends on how you break through, you see. But generally speaking, this feels like it's more leaning towards the positive, more likely, if because of these endings, okay? So really, 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 really nice. Really, really nice. Okay. I want to ask another question now. So we will move to another question. What will help? What are the things that need to change within group number 1 to attract romantic love into their life? What are the things that need to change in order for group number 1 to attract romantic love into their life? Just one card, please. What are the things that need to change? Where can group number 1 attract more love? Oh, okay, here we go. Temptation. Right, so temptation would be the devil card. And the devil card talks about attachments. Temptation talks about attachments. Attachments to things, materials, attachments to people. This could also be like, you see how there's an element of greed there, you know, with the money and the food and the resources. I mean, sometimes this could also be in terms of sexual possession and over, you know, when you first meet someone and you go through a honeymoon period and you want to spend every waking moment with that person, and it's very, very passionate, and it can sort of tip to the other end. So let's have a look. This needs to change, okay? This element of attachments needs to change, because that was what the question was. What needs to change? Let us clarify this further. What needs to change in group number 1 to attract more romantic love? Queen of Cups, okay? I'll do a few more before I read it, okay? Ooh. 5 of Wands. We got the 8 of Wands sticking out there. Oh, it's too many. What needs to change? Thank you. And the Page of Wands. Hello. Okay. The things that will help you to attract more romantic love into your life this year is, it's weird because the Queen of Cups usually talks about that kind of motherly energy, that kind of real nurturing, good listener, good friend, that sort of vibe, who is usually got your back. But because the 5 of Wands is here, which talks about conflict, talks about gossip, it talks about inner conflict as well and competition, it feels as if there might be someone in your sphere that is affecting the way you feel about yourself. So perhaps there is that sense of, with the temptation being there, it's you are tempted to, it's like you're easily swayed by other people's opinions, okay? Or maybe there's an element of where there's, again, this would be a self-esteem thing that would need to be worked on, whereby there's maybe if there's someone that you're interested in, maybe other people are interested in them too, or maybe there's another person in the equation. Okay, if that's someone that you are actually interested in at the moment. But I feel there's an element, you feel like there's an element of competition. There's an element of a gossip and those sorts of things around you that are forming certain attachments and negative belief systems in your mind about having the confidence that you are enough, that you are lovable. But you are lovable. Okay, we just need to work through this inner conflict you have with regards to, it's like worrying too much about what other people think. Maybe there's someone you're interested in, but you're too concerned about what other people say about them, or maybe there's a lot of gossip around that person, I feel, or perhaps it's even a mother figure. And it doesn't have to be a man or female. It's that mother nurturing energy that's in your life. We all have that Queen of Cups in our life, because I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this person might have your best intentions at heart, but might be causing a little bit of grief with regards to where your approaches to love lie. Okay, but then we've got the Eight of Wands, so things are moving fast and in your favor. Okay, this is when we have like lots and lots of communication, perhaps even air travel as well, but lots and lots of communication backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. And it's regarding this Page of Wands. Okay, now the Page of Wands can be a child, okay, but usually they're a messenger to do with things of the motivational space. Okay, so I would say all of a sudden there is almost this, like, it feels like there's this, the temptation lies in this wanting to hurry and rush forward to get love. Okay, but there's some confidence issues that you might need to work on deep within, because there is that over analyzing from the previous spread that we did. Okay, so the temptation is the attachments. What attachments with your friends and family affect you in finding love? Are you being pulled into competition, gossip about other people, okay, which is preventing you from actually opening yourself up to love? The temptation to rush forward, and maybe it's also that temptation, because it's the Devil card, the temptation card, maybe it's that temptation of more kind of matters in the bedroom, in terms of wanting to rush forward and just have someone that you can sleep with at night, that you can cuddle up to. And then with the Page of Wands, wanting for that to be the backwards and forwards, that kind of real courting aspect. So I would say that these temptations are always conditioned from past experiences. All right, we're not born with elements of attachment in ourselves. Children aren't like that. But for you, somewhere along the way, and it could be this sort of motherly energy or close friend you've had all your life who has kind of had an impact on you with regards to love. But there is conflict, it is hurting inside, and that's what needs to change. You need to try to lose the attachments. And when we talk about attachments, we talk about this possessive energy, about needing to own something, or needing to call someone yours, or you needing to feel like, no, I'm his partner, or I'm her partner. Do you see what I mean? So that's what needs to change. And perhaps as well, there's that codependency enabling aspect that can come with attachments. So that could be why you are single at the moment, because you need to sort of work through those energies and attract more. But the Emperor was there before, and the Sun, so that illumination might be coming out, which is very exciting. Okay, now I would like to get some advice. We'll get a general energy first of all. General energy with the Sacred Destiny. What is the general energy for group number 1, please? These singles looking for love. What is the general energy? The most beneficial. Thank you. Inner peace, there we go. Now we've got the two fish over here, okay? This always reminds me of the Two of Cups energy, and that Two of Cups energy is that soulmate energy. Inner peace with yourself so that you can have inner peace with somebody else, okay? So that's the thing that really needs to happen, especially because we had that Nine of Swords and the Ten of Wands. You need to find a space where you can finish off what it's like, because the Ten of Wands, there's that last burden that needs to be completed. Find the inner peace within yourself. The energy is supporting you at the moment to do that, because when you do, that inner peace is not asking for exchanges. I give you my love in order to receive something. It's just free flowing, okay? Because it's content. So that is what will help you massively to really shift that Emperor maybe into a yeah baby. Right. Moonology, what would be most helpful for group number 1, please? My singles looking for love. Thank you. Nothing yet is set in stone. You see? There we go. You can choose as you go along. Now, it could be that perhaps you are actually interested in someone. You've got your eye on someone. I didn't see that very clearly, but this is a general reading, of course. Could be that you have your eye on someone, but nothing is yet set in stone. If there's competition revolving around that person, maybe there's other people that are interested in them too. Nothing is set in stone, okay? You can choose, but the best thing to do is just find that inner peace. Inner peace. So it's a neither 100% yes and a 100% no. Nothing is set in stone. You can move with the energies. This will be very helpful for you during this time. And then we'll get an oracle card for you. Some guidance, please, for group number 1, looking for love. What will be most helpful for group number 1, as singles looking for love, romantic love this year of 2021? We have, yes, trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Trust your path. So perhaps there is an element of feeling like a sense of, it sounds horrible to say, but it's just what I'm picking up on, so I have to say it. This is basically talking about how you have perhaps felt a bit like a failure because you're not where you wanted to be with regards to romantic love. You were hoping by now you'd be in a happy relationship, all going well, perhaps married, all the rest of it, with that high level of commitment. Okay? But what it's saying is trust the path. The reason why that hasn't happened yet is because it's, you know, that sense of attachments and ownership, whether you've had that in a past experience in a relationship or not, that's a thing that needs to kind of dissipate, level out, okay, into that inner peace. So you need to trust that this process is actually really good for you. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Well, if you knew that love was coming in, provided that you allow yourself the time to just love yourself and no longer worry about someone that needs to give you something in order to receive your love, or you have to work for your love, okay? It should be free-flowing, and that's the thing that's going to be really helpful for you at this time. So there we go, group number 1. It is very positive, okay? The likelihood of you finding love this year is extremely positive because of that Sun card and the Emperor card. The strategy really lies in taking authority of your own position in how you view love, and it being an equal exchange rather than too much one way or too much another way, as sort of a codependency aspect. Maybe go back into past experiences and try and write down and find out where those areas of imbalance lay, and be honest with yourself, okay? Because sometimes we could be in a horrible relationship, and then we can tend to sort of judge others and say, well, they chipped away at my core being and I lost my self-esteem, and now I feel like I can't move out in the world. But perhaps there might have been an element of enabling that behavior. Okay, so those are the kinds of things that you can look at. But it's definitely promising. things that are keeping you up at night, this worry, this over analyzing. Okay, if you can master that and see the owl, see the wisdom in the path that you're in, you know, see the lessons learned, then the sun is shining for you, and then you will be breaking through and inviting that love in. So those are your messages, group number 1. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too much of a blunt delivery, but I have to read what the cards say. I wish you all the best to find love this year, and hope you have a wonderful year. I'll see you next time anyway. Take care. Bye. Okay, group number 2. Those who chose this card, I'll allow you a few minutes to just, well, a few seconds to absorb that. It's an intuitive card, so they would be the things that you intuitively pick up on. Okay, for me, I see here a gateway. And this is like a gateway to love. Okay, we've got the solar plexus energy, we've got the white light in the center, and we've got this tunnel of that pink, that kind of real kind of heart chakra. Well, I think of rose quartz, that's why I brought the rose quartz out here. Heart chakra moving in that direction. So already I see it looks very, very positive. But let us ask specifically the question: what is the likelihood that group number 2 will find romantic love this year? What is the likelihood that group number 2 will find romantic love this year, 2021? What is the likelihood that group number 2 will find romantic love this year, 2021? Just one card, please. What is the likelihood that group number 2 will find romantic love this year? We're waiting for jumpers out the pack, you see. This is where I co-create with Spirit, get them to do the work. Thank you. Right. Empress, hello. Okay, this card talks about creation. It talks about nurturing unconditional love, fertility, anything that has roots in the physical plane, but also that water energy of the emotional body. The Empress has unconditional love. The more she gives, the more she has to give. Okay, so for me, the answer to your question, it's a 3. It's about working together as well. So for me, the answer mainly would be a yes. Definitely moving in the yes ground of you. I mean, it makes sense anyway, because you're walking down the path towards that ultimate love. So let us clarify a little bit more. Empress, Empress, Empress. Right. Can we get more information, please, in the Empress card of group number 2, the likelihood of them finding romantic love this year? Can we get more information, please? Thank you. Oh yes, 3 of Cups. I mean, that's celebration. That's coming together. Okay, that's it could also happen at a reunion of sorts, where you've been apart from people and then you meet up. Maybe when if a lockdown ceases. But we've got coming together with others and celebrating. Okay, beautiful. So this is a definite yes. You are finding love this year. But let's see what else happens here, because I'm feeling like it could be you're going to meet someone at some sort of connection, some sort of networking. Okay, we'll take those. Thank you. Yes, we got the Page of Cups. Now this is that messenger of love. Comes offering the cup of love to you. It's romantic. You get a message of love. We got the Magician, which is manifesting it. So you are in your power at the moment, especially, this is a major arcana as well as this, okay? Especially with that Empress energy, your motivations to manifest and bring all the elements of fire, earth, water, air into your mastery is motivated by this unconditional love, this creation, this fertility, this wanting to create a new partnership, a new lifestyle, maybe to have children. Okay, you are bringing that in. And then we've got the King of Wands. Ooh la la. So the King of Wands talks about, so this would be someone who is very who's very charismatic, shall we say. Very charismatic, very charming. Again, this is non-gender specific, but it tends to be that more kind of masculine energy of like a go-getter. Someone who's not really particularly interested in the details, okay, but is fueled and moved by their solar plexus motivation, fire in their belly. Okay, so they drive forward. Sometimes this person could be quite because they're quite charming and enthusiastic, they tend to be quite sexy, you know, very, very attractive. And this is what you are manifesting. Hello. So it feels to me like in the year of 2021, group number 2, you are going to be at an event of sorts, okay? Now this could just be a barbecue with some family and friends, or it could be a work event or something where people are gathering, right, to celebrate something. And then you meet someone at this event, at this reunion of sorts, okay, who offers the cup of love. Oh, la 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 la. And I feel like both they have manifested it and you. Both of them, because we've got this right in front of over here, okay? So it feels like this person here who is offering that cup of love is also wanting it. Maybe they've had their eye on you for a while, because the offer of love sort of comes a little before, you know, but at the event, and then maybe you manifest that into greater, stronger feeling there. And this is passionate. This is passionate. So really, really, really nice. Right. So we're going to ask another question. And the other question is, what would help group number 2? What would be of aid to group number 2 into attracting this new romantic love into their life? Ooh. Oh, okay. Hello. I'll have to take them. We have 2. The World and the Star. Okay. So what I immediately know here is that you have come to an end of a major cycle in your life, okay? If you've had an ex-partner in the past, okay, you've reached the end of that cycle with that person. Now we can talk whether it was weeks, months, or even years, right? But with the World card, it means that you've finished up on that baggage. You've closed it all up. You've said goodbye, okay? So I don't feel like you're kind of rushing forward and jumping from relationship to relationship. This is really about really saying goodbye, reflecting on the lessons learned during that relationship in order to move on. And then we've got the Star card, which talks about kind of wish fulfillment, but it also talks about healing, and it talks about having faith for the future. Okay, faith, hope, and cleansing. So what would help you is to make sure that you end and close off the last chapter and the last cycle of your ex-partner, and really embrace and pull in the energy of the Star to bring about more faith for the future, more kind of cleansing, healing energy, so that you can walk into this new relationship without, we all have baggage, right? But with as much kind of rectified baggage as you can, you know? Let us continue here. Why is a World card here, please? Can we clarify the World card a little bit further? Can we clarify the World card, please, for group number 2? Thank you. We got the Page of Wands again. Hello. Hello. And then we've got the 10 of Swords. And then we've got the 2 of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. Right. So, this sort of changes it up a little bit, because it could also be that the previous spread with that offer of love, and then with it was this card, right? Oh no, it was a Page of Cups. Never mind. Okay. What needs to be completed? 10 of Swords. Okay, it looks like they've been stabbed in the back. Perhaps there wasn't betrayal in your previous partnership, right? But really, it's a 10. Okay? 10s are endings. And it might feel like when you ended that cycle that you were at a total and utter loss. Okay? But I feel like you're moving beyond it, because you're kind of now trying to balance this area of loss in your life to do with matters of the heart, and how you can embrace a new beginning. And this could obviously be work related, but this new beginning, how to embrace that motivation. This is a messenger of motivation, passion moving forward. Okay, there's a lot of passion in here with this orange and yellow coming through there, that gateway, crystalline gateway moving forward with that white light. So what is coming to an end, and what will be best for you, is you've been juggling, right, this element of I've been at a loss with regards to my relationships, but I still want to nurture the motivation to bring more love in. Okay, so you really need to close that chapter. And the thing that's going to help you is a star. Having faith, having hope for the future. And the best thing that will help you with that will be the healing of it as well. Really close it off, heal, do what you need to do. Write the letters that you don't send to your partner and burn them. Have a little ritual. Do some journaling, do some meditation, send love, all of those sorts of things to help you in the healing process, so that when you come to this reunion where you meet this other person, you're solid in yourself. Right, the star. Can we clarify the star, please? For group number 2. Oh. Where's the star card here, please? For group number 2. Whoa, that's a lot. We will take them. Oh, okay. Start underneath. Oh, tower moment. Hello. Okay. Ah, yes, you see. Having faith in that Ace of Cups, right? Ace of Cups is that new beginning in love. In love. It's there. It's right there. Group number 2, you will find love this year. Try and see if you can make sure that you close off the things from the past, but the love is there. The Empress turns up again. So really strong feminine divinity energy is pulsing through your veins this year, especially in February, as you really sort of open up the gateway to that unconditional love. We've got Temperance, which talks about divine timing. It talks about healing, okay? Especially under the star card. That healing, the time it takes to really kind of make sure that you know your worth, and you have your whole cup of love, and you are good enough just as you are in your singledom. I don't even know if that's a word, right? You're good enough within yourself. And when you feel that and you are exuding that, that's when things heal faster. 5 of Cups, we have this element of regret from the past. Okay, so the 3 cups in front of him are spilled over, and that is a past situation. And when we talk about cups, we talk about water energy, which is emotions. There has been still some regret and some heartache with regards to something, a relationship in the past that didn't work out. Okay, but because he's so caught up in the past, he can't see the full cups behind him. That's his future. Okay, he's brought his mind too much over there. He needs to open his eyes and look behind him and see what's coming for him, and then you can drive forward, embracing both your light and your shadow, and move forward with vigor and triumph. This is a victory card. So that healing, I feel like this Ace of Cups, this new beginning in love, especially with the Page of Cups in the previous spread that came to you, is going to come out of nowhere. It's going to be a total and utter surprise. Okay, now this new love that is coming in for you, it's brand new. It's not with someone that you've been with in the past. Okay, this is a brand new person, but you might just need to do a little bit of this, a little bit of healing with regards to that. But to be honest, that is like the most heaviest energy. This sense of loss, I feel like you've been going through that already. So in terms of moving forward, as long as you can kind of put the past to rest, okay, this is going to come. It's going to be such a surprise. It's very exciting. I'm really happy for you, group number 2, because you are on that gateway. You are charging forward into that love energy. Very exciting. Okay, let us get general overall theme that will be most helpful for you, group number 2, moving forward with regards to love. What will be most helpful for group number 2, please? Singles looking for love. Thank you. Openness. Ooh, there we go. Okay, this is a call for you to be more open. Open with your heart, more vulnerable, more yourself. Okay, so if there's been an element where it's usually what happens is when we go through a tough cycle in our life, we can tend to kind of clam up, go within, be a bit of a hermit, put the mask on, pretend that everything's happy-go-lucky, hunky-dory, and it kind of isn't. And it tends to be just a kind of a coping mechanism. But in order to really work with the energy of the Empress, because the Empress came up twice, okay? That's you. To able to work with that energy of the Empress, you need to be authentically yourself and open with who you are, okay? So this is a call to be also vulnerable, to be accepting, to go with the flow a bit, because when you work in that energy, you invite more openness with other people, okay? Because if, for example, you're sort of closed up and you meet someone that's very exciting, but you're closed up, and you're wondering why they aren't opening up to you or declaring the undying love, perhaps they're reflecting back on you or mirroring back on you. So maybe it's a case of, well, I need to learn how to take my mask off, be happy with myself. And you will be, because the Empress was there twice, right? She is the power of all powers in terms of the feminine, the great divine feminine there. So this is a call on to be open communication with yourself and with others, regardless if it makes you look so-called weak or vulnerable. I think it's going to really help you to open yourself up like that. It's going to work with the energies of love. Moonology, please, for group number 2. Thank you. Adjustments are required. Okay? So this is talking about adjustments with regards to when an adjustment comes into our lives, when we feel like we have to adjust to something, it is because something has changed, okay? Because it's new to us, because it's outside our comfort zone. That's why we need to adjust to a new set of circumstances. And so what this is talking about is trying to adjust to being that Empress in yourself as a single person. And it's about the adjustments of not going back over the past events with past partners. Okay, you have to adjust to the new way of you without allowing that to trip you up. And maybe that's what the openness is all about. Maybe the adjustment to being more open is going to be the best thing that serves you. Okay, it's very difficult to be vulnerable in relationships, but it is the thing that really bonds people. That real openness, that honesty, that sharing. That's what love is. So you can't go in with the mask, because you see, often, you'll kind of go, well, what, they might not like me, but if I present the best version of me, maybe they'll like that. And then what happens is, as relationship progresses, you can kind of go, well, I'm too scared of showing the real me, because what if they don't like it? Okay, so start with openness. Start with just being that authentic, true self that you are. Because if you go there in day number 1, not only will the other person be mirroring that, but then you know that you are coming into a relationship true and honest. And we all want trust in a relationship. We can't have trust unless there's truth and honesty. Right, what do we have? Oracle card, please, for group number 2, for their highest good, please. What do they need to know? What do they need to know? Group number 2, what do they need to know, please? What do they need to know? It's too many. What does group number 2 need to know for their highest good with regards to love? Love in 2021, because it looks like you are finding it. Just wanted to jump out, but it didn't properly, so can't take it. Did some damage to my wrist last week, so my wrist isn't as strong as it usually is. Thank you. Right. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. This is quite a spiritual card, this one. But what it is that I feel like it's talking about you can find that ultimate heaven in a relationship. And as you do so, as you sort of share those vibrations of love at a much deeper level, and this openness, in a way, it's going to change your whole exterior. It's going to change your whole lifestyle, how you see the world. And as you see it and your perspectives change within, then it starts to be reflected into your external reality in the material world as well. So I feel like if you are able to put the past to rest in a beautiful, loving, healing way, okay, you've got everything that's happening in your energy with the Empress coming up twice, okay, and if you are able to adjust to new ways of being open and vulnerable, this is what's coming for you with that new love. Really beautiful. It's going to be like heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. Everything around you will reflect your true, deeper love in this connection. Beautiful. So that is your reading number 2, group number 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, comment and share. And I also offer personal readings if you're interested in that. And I will, good luck with this. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Okay, group number 3, those who chose this card. I'll allow you a few seconds just to have a look. It is an intuitive card, so it could be whatever you intuitively pick up on. Okay, so I see a lot of electricity, a lot of that power electricity with that white light there as well. And there's sort of like a type of emblem in the middle with this. It almost looks, it's a geometrical shape, but it almost looks a bit like a spider web catching someone in. Power, power, power. So immediately I'm picking up on chemistry here. Chemistry. So it's starting to look a little bit positive. But it's whether there's been a block on the power that wants to emerge and wants to shine out, and perhaps that is a stamp. Like, wait a second, I'm not so sure about that. So let us see. So the first question, group number 3, is, what is the likelihood that my singles for group number 3 will find love this year in 2021? What is the likelihood that group number 3 will find love this year in 2021? Romantic love. Ooh la la love. What is the likelihood that group number 3 will find romantic love, okay, this year? The Magician. Okay, you have the power to manifest it. It all lies within you. It's a very positive card. It talks about a 1 as well with that new beginning over there. It all lies with you. The Magician is able to bring in all the resources, all the powers of the earth, the fire, the air, the water into one beautiful alchemy of lovemaking, love potions. I don't know why I picked up on that, but if any of you who are watching this do sort of practice spells, only if it's for the highest good, right? It's going to be very beneficial for you. But otherwise, you are manifesting it. You're getting into the space of creating it. Let us go a little bit deeper. Why is the Magician here, please? Why is the Magician here? What is group number 3 actually manifesting with regards to finding true love? or love, just romantic love this year. This is not a soul mate reading. This is just love. It can develop into it. It could certainly be a karmic relationship, a twin flame, or a soulmate. It could be either of those things. But it all depends on what level you are vibrating at. So, why is the Magician here, please, for group number 3? Why is the Magician here, please, for group number 3? Thank you. 2 of Pentacles. Okay, balancing act. Juggling. A bit busy at the moment. Hang on. Let's see what else we have. I hope this isn't juggling 2 partners at the same time. Let's see. I suppose it could be if that's what you vibe with. The rules that we have are just the rules that we're conditioned to. Who says we can't have more than one partner in a relationship, you know, if everyone's on the same page? We've got the 2 of Swords here. Okay, so we've got the stalemate situation of like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like no matter what you do, we've got now dualities over here. It's like trying to balance the energies, but you're still stuck both ways. Interesting. What else is happening here? Thank you. The Empress. Ooh la la. So we've got unconditional love here. We have the feminine divinity, that nurturing creation, fertility, everything of a creating something out of nothing. Anything more, please? Thank you. 10 of Swords, feeling at a bit of a loss. Okay. Perhaps feeling a little stabbed in the back. But 10s do talk about endings. Okay, so if there has been a major loss from something in the past, because obviously a 10 would be the end of a cycle, so something in the past, but it's still hitting home in the mental body, in your thoughts, that is coming to an end. Okay, it might be that final cherry on top before it comes to an end. What else, please, the Magician? Thank you. Page of Wands. Okay, so news coming in. Nice news. News that really invigorates your passions. So it could be in the heart space. But let's see, let's get one more and then we'll have to clarify a bit further, I think. Even though this is a general reading, this energy is very conflicting. Oh, I think I know what's going on now. And we have the Emperor. Oh, guys, look at this. Oh, there's my heart. Okay. We have the Emperor and the Empress. This is the divine couple. This is the divine feminine, the divine masculine in its most hierarchical position as you can get. Okay, we've got strategy, we've got authority, we've got moving forward, longevity, making sure everything is happening just so. We've got the softer energy of creation coming into the flow. So, yes, this is what you're manifesting. Absolutely. You are pulling yourself out of this stalemate situation that you have felt in, where you felt like you've been juggling. Where you felt you perhaps, and I feel like it could be like juggling where your duties and responsibilities lie and how you spend your time with family or friends versus, you know, wanting to find someone new. And it's like you're just trying to manage it all, right? And it feels like you can't really step forward, this decision of stepping forward. This also talks about needing to make a decision. Maybe it's a case of you have had to go within and decide for yourself, am I in a place now where I want to bring love into my life? Am I in that place? Okay, that's a question you need to ask yourself at a really true deep level. And I feel like the answer will come with a resounding yes. But you need to be honest with yourself. You have to decide within yourself, okay, what would I need to juggle? How can I give myself more time within myself to really look deep within and ask for my true love? And I feel like this is a true love, because The magician wouldn't ask for just like a little affair or a fling, wouldn't he? If you've got the magician energy of manifesting, creating love into your life, there's no point in manifesting just, you know, like a one-night stand or a fling, right? What would be the point in that? When you've got the magician's energy, you might as well go all out, right, and say, well, I want my twin flame, thank you very much. I'm going to work with the energies and pull in the best, truest love I can that is perfect for me, and me being perfect for them. And that's why we've got the divine couple here. Now, it could be that there is, I feel like in that kind of power of the magician, they might feel a sense of loss. Maybe that things aren't happening as quickly as you would like. Okay. But remember, this is an ending. Okay. It's coming to the end. And then you're going to be getting some good news coming with regards to the Emperor. So the Emperor is going to be, I feel like someone's going to be contacting you. Okay. So the best thing to do is just work with the energies and don't put a time frame on it. I mean, obviously we've asked now this for 2021, so it looks very positive. It looks like you're making it happen, you know. But I think you really need to be careful about, maybe it's a case of kind of like making the space for it to happen. If your time is completely filled up and you would have no time to not donate, but to share with a partner in your life, maybe those are the kinds of things that you need to iron out first. Okay, to bring in more of time for yourself so you can really nurture this Empress energy. And remember, it's non-gender specific. We're talking about that fertility, creation on two levels over here. Okay, maybe it is a case that you're feeling that you want to have a child, but you are not in a relationship, and how can you make that happen? Okay, so it's about giving yourself, it's like clearing the board, clearing the slate with a lot of things in your life. So you're making room for that to come in. Yeah. And as you do so, the losses, let go of them, release them. And as you release the space and make the space, in can come new things, in can come news. We've got the Emperor and the Empress. This is the only of the three readings I'm doing with this one. This year is true love. This is perfect, ultimate match. This is like a match made in heaven. This is the perfect fit. The perfect fit. And that's what you're calling in. So very, very positive. Right. Let us ask another question. And my next question is, what does group number 3 need to do? What would be helpful for them to bring in romantic love this year of 2021? What would be helpful for them to bring in? What do they need to do to help bring in romantic love this year, please? What would be most beneficial for them, for their highest good, to bring in romantic love? Oh, we've got 2. Magician again, and the Temptation. So again, we're talking about you can manifest it, okay? The power is in you to work with the energies and to attract that energy into your life, okay? Helpful for you is to work away from attachments, from people and from materials, and from, it's like I think what's really happening here is, in order to manifest this true love into your life, which you definitely have the power to do that, it is about not having an attachment to the outcome. It's about not having an attachment and seeing it. I know some people, when they say, oh yeah, you manifest it, you must visualize, do vision boards and everything like that, but sometimes that can be limiting. Okay, so I would say that there is the temptation to have an attachment to that picture perfect kind of model commercial sort of vibe that you see a relationship. And that's the attachment perhaps that you're fixating on. I think maybe we should be working more with the kind of, less with the material, because this is all about the material aspect, okay? The physical body, the the great sex, the overindulgence, the sometimes greed, sometimes the possessiveness, but that property level, you know, things where desires and emotions become a little bit overbearing, it becomes unhealthy. You know, everything is healthy at a nice moderate level, but if you tip the edge a bit, it goes into sort of an unhealthy level. So I feel like the what would be best beneficial for you is, as you work with the energies in terms of how things make you feel on an emotional level, rather than planning in your head, okay, well, then I'm going to have the perfect partner, and we are going to have a beautiful house, and we're going to have, you know, I don't have any children, and we're going to have some pets, and we're going to go on holiday, and it's got to be this, and it's got to be just that way. Because I think what will be happening there is that you'll be kind of not only missing the point, but also you've kind of put in parameters. So if you put in goalposts like that, if you don't meet that goalpost, then you think it is a failure. Okay, so you got to go with the flow, work with the energy more, because spirit usually gives you much better than you ask for. So if you are putting parameters in at this stage of the game, all it's going to do is it's going to hold you back. Okay, because when things play out, you're not going to recognize them for how you planned them, and therefore you're going to lose out the opportunity. But things work in very mysterious ways. Anything more, please, with these energies? Anything more, please, with these energies for group number 3? Magician and Temptation as a combination. Oh, there we go. Four of Swords, healing. Okay. Let's get something else here. Rest and recuperation again. Yes, healing from the past. There we go. 5 of Cups, crying over spilt milk. That's a very shallow way of putting it. I do apologize. I mean more, this is like deep regret for something that in the past didn't really go according to how you planned it. Okay? Didn't go according to plan. And that's what you need to heal from. Okay? You need to make sure that you've healed from that, so that when you go into this new love, you're not giving it, you're not putting boundaries on it, right? You're not saying, well, it's got to work this way because last time it worked that way, and I understand that those are the steps that need to happen before something kind of progresses into a very deep relationship. Clearly it didn't work in the past, so don't do it again. There's healing that needs to be done. Healing over attachment, over possessiveness, over sometimes obsessive behavior. And you know, sometimes it's really exciting to sort of obsessively be thinking about someone like, oh, I love them so much, and or replaying, you know, certain activities in your mind, replaying them back over and over again because it was so delicious, and you can get caught up in this, you know, too much, so that, or perhaps it's a daydream where you kind of imagine that things should happen a certain way, but perhaps there's an element of, in order for that to happen, there was a daydream where someone did someone wrong and therefore needs to come back and make up, and you know, that's kind of negative, right? There is definitely the need to, I think would be most helpful for you, is if you can try and find ways, and as you make space in your life, when I was saying I feel like you're quite busy and you give here and you give there because you're at this you know, juggling mode, you can't take that much on at the moment, and you need to clear the slate clean first, so that you can find your own sort of equilibrium within yourself, within the Empress. Make space for yourself first, and to do that is healing from the past as well. And from that energy, then you move into sort of allowing it to come in and pull it in. Right, let us get a Sacred Destiny energy card. What is the general theme be most helpful for group number 3 with regards to romantic love? What would be helpful for them to know, please? What is a theme that would be helpful for them, please? What would be most helpful for them to know this time? What do they need to know, please? Group number 3, singles. Patience. We hate this, don't we? We don't like to be told to wait and wait and wait and wait. But patience here is a key, because what patience really implies is that what it implies is that when we plan something, when we're in the magician mode and we are building we're making our little love potion spell, right? We have certain expectations that come with that, right? Which is this, expectations and attachments. You're attached to certain expectations. And what patience is basically talking about is that you have to kind of go with the flow, right? Move with the energies, not against the current. Because patience implies that we have set a boundary and a parameter on the things we want, on our desires. So we're saying it has to go like this, and it has to look this way, and then I will be happy. And if it doesn't, I'm not happy, right? And you can't really work with the energies in that respect. You've got to kind of have patience in that, kind of going, well, this is the energy I want around in my life. It feels like this, okay? And as you work with that, you're putting less limitations on it, and you're working more with the flow, and it will happen quicker, yes? But if you're wanting it to happen just so, then that's when it's just, I mean, yes, it could happen that way, but it might not be the way you want it when it does happen. And it would take a long time for the universe to kind of move around and shape around and make all the other situations mirror that exact same image that you had. And that would take ages. And then you might get it and you're like, oh, I think I've changed my mind, you know? Not sure I like that anymore. So the best thing here with patience is about not putting limitations on things, okay? Don't put limitations on it. Don't put a deadline. Yes, we've asked for 2021 and it does look very positive for you, but don't put deadlines, yeah? Work with the energies. That is going to be very beneficial for you. We'll get a Moonology card. Most helpful for group number 3, please. And also, considering that you are manifesting your ultimate truest love, I mean, you don't want to mess that up. You don't want to just like it to happen next week and then it's all good, you know. You'd rather take your time and make sure it's the right person, the right match for you that comes in, and maybe they've got stuff that they need to quickly deal with before the stars are aligned, where you can have that, you know, meeting. And it's not an ex, by the way, just in case you're worrying about that. That's what needs to change. It's not an ex coming back. It's not going to serve you. Thank you. Oh, your hard work is paying off. Lovely. New moon in Capricorn. Okay. And when we talk about the hard work, we talk about working with the energies that are serving you. Your hard work is paying off in terms of how you've been juggling your life, feeling a little bit like you're sort of stuck, okay? Just trying to get everything working and juggling so you can just sort of tick over. Those things are gonna, your hard work is paying off in terms of it will start to clear out. You will start to make some room and some space in your life to bring this in, okay? So it has been difficult to keep going. It's like you're burning the candle at both ends, you know, and you don't know where the ending is in terms of that, but it will pay off. It will clear out, and when it does, you can also contribute to it in terms of saying, well, no, I know we used to see each other and speak to each other every day on the phone, family and friends wise, or work related constrictions or duties and responsibilities. You can start to slowly kind of ease away and make your own space so that you can really work with the energies, okay? Let us get an oracle card to end this reading for you. Some advice from Spirit, please. So this would be anything that group number 3 need to know that will be to their highest good with regards to romantic love. Thank you. Get grounded. Ooh, empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. This is really going to help you in your magician energy as well. But what I'm seeing here is that things, and that's what I was feeling with the whole the juggling at the stalemate and everything. It's emotive. It's because you're burning, you know, when people get ill, so this could also talk maybe about a recovery from an illness, which if it does manifest into that, I'm not talking serious illness here, we're just talking, you know, where you just burnt out. But you know, when you're overworked and you're burning the candle at both ends, we are more susceptible to illness, colds and flus and that sort of thing, because our defense, our immune system is down, because we've been operating on every scale at 100%, and you can't maintain that. You know, you do need your rest in between. Usually what happens with that is our emotional body is heightened, because we can now no longer function firing on all cylinders at the same time anymore. And so the worry that comes with that, of like not being able to deliver 100% all the time, causes us to be, we feel in the emotional body, okay, we become highly strung, we react to people, we are easily triggered by people. And I feel like you also do work, because the magician is here and empaths over here, you definitely work with the energies around you. That's just your nature, you know, whether you realize it or not, that's just your nature. You flow with the energies. You're very affected by the people around you, you know, and you want to help and you want to serve. But when you're burning the candle at both ends, you have less protection over yourself, of how much you are absorbing other people's energies around you. So in this space, and as you start to ease off responsibilities and duties, just to make some more space for yourself, very, very important to do some grounding meditations and to connect with nature. Okay, it's incredibly important to find space within yourself to get back to the heart of the matter. And when I say the heart of the matter, the ground of the matter, the grounding, that foundation. Okay, so those are your messages. Group number 3. I hope that it resonated. I hope it was helpful. If you like to, please like, subscribe, comment and share. And I know you're going to find your true love, absolutely, because it's all here. And I feel like you are doing the work as well. You are breaking through, and whatever it's going to be magnetic. It's going to be chemistry, like you just are so in tune with one another. Beautiful. Okay, just give yourself some rest and some time, and create the space for it to come in, you know. That's the next level. And try not to put too many limitations and boundaries over this energy that you want to feel, because energy likes to move. It doesn't like to be fixed, you know. Then it just materializes into a physical thing, right? That's not what love is. It's free flowing. Okay, group number 3, hope you enjoy that. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.